Welcome to episode 32 of the Unemployed Journeyman with Borussia Dortmund in the Bundesliga. And in today's episode, we've got a league game against Union Berlin and we've got a pretty huge Champions League game against Juventus. Happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome to the video and let's get straight into it. So the last time you was with me on Friday was for the games against Bayern Munich and Fiorentina, a 1-1 draw against Bayern Munich and a narrow 1-0 win with a late Brian Espinosa goal in the 85th minute against Fiorentina, and a much needed win as well to keep up our Champions League form. Since then, we then lost their next game against Bayer Leverkusen 1-0. We weren't particularly good creatively in these two games, and it kind of, well, it was the same against Bayer Leverkusen as well, because as you see, a very even looking game really. Certain parts we edged it in, certain parts they edged it in, but they managed to get the goal from Victor Boniface. At the time, that was their only shot on target. They then went on and got a few more shots on target afterwards. We picked up a few yellow cards after that. Not a good day at the office. We move on. We then played Augsburg in the DFB Pokal second round, and we had a much rotated, well, pretty much a fully rotated team. We had Colombo. If we actually go to the stats, we'd be able to have a look at it over here. We had Colombo in goal, Nash and Nunez in the wing-back positions with Gashi and Ziris in the centre of defence, Macania, Grinelli and Baumgartner in the centre of midfield, Buonanotte, Caicedo out wide, and I played Rios up front purely because I wanted to try and get some goals into Juan Rios, and it worked. He picked up the 2 goals that we scored in this game, a 2-0 win. It was very comfortable. Shot-wise, again, 14 shots off target. That is a real issue at the moment, is getting shots on target. But we did get plenty of shots. We got enough on target to win the game at the end of the day, but we dominated possession, 76% possession. And yeah, we were just very comfortable. Then we played Hertha Berlin in the league and a 4-1 win in this game. Again, if we go and have a look at the stats, we were, again, easily the better team. This time we had far more shots on target than they did, but again, like 12 shots off target. 70% possession. It was a dominant performance. Freitas got us off the mark. Then it was Rios. Then a Sparhu penalty. Freitas had a goal disallowed, and then Rios with his second of the game. 4 goals in 2 games at that point for one Rios. Then we moved on to Lille in the Champions League. A 2-1 win at home in this game. And one Rios got on the score sheet. Again, he actually got a first goal for us. And then Freitas with the second. They got a late goal. Well, I'd say late, it was 67th minute. Bode also had a goal disallowed just before they scored. A 2-1 win. Again, they only had 1 shot on target. That was the goal they scored. And we just, again, we dominated the game. We were playing really well at this point. Then we played VfB Stuttgart in the Bundesliga, a 2-0 win away from home in this game. Again, only 1 shot on target. We dominated possession. 4 shots on target for us, 2.42 XG. One Rios with another 2 goals in this game as well. A nice, lovely clean sheet. At this point, one Rios, after his barren spell of, I think it was 8 games without a goal, he had scored, 2, 4, 6, 7 goals in 4 games by this point. Then it was around this area, I believe he missed this game. Yeah, so I think it was in training between the Stuttgart and Augsburg game. He picked up an injury, so he's out, or he's been out injured. But yeah, we played Augsburg in the Bundesliga, a 4-0 win in this game. Obviously, we had a more full-strength side for this one. Ziris, Sparhu, Levi, and then Levi again. A couple of goals for Levi. I mean, look at how dominant we were. 16 shots. Was it 16? Yeah, 16 shots on goal compared to their 3. 74% possession compared to their 28. 4.87 XG compared to their 0. There's not many games you'll see where you have an XG of 4.06 superior to the opposition. It was a very comfortable day in the office for that one. Then we played Young Boys Bern in the Champions League group phase, another 4-0 win in this game. And as you can see, they had 1 shot on target, we had 9, 73% possession. This was basically a repeat of the game against Augsburg. Carnevali, Buonanotte, Levi and Buonanotte again. Yeah, just very easy, very comfortable. Then we played Schalke in the Bundesliga and we drew 1-1. Schalke are actually having a pretty decent season. And this, as you can see, I mean, you don't get much tighter than that. I mean, the XG, we had a slightly better XG, but same shots on target, same amount of possession, 50-50. Aladdin Abdul Karim Tukoglu scoring for them, and then Buonanotte getting a late equaliser for us. It got to the stage I actually did think we was going to lose this game, but we managed to salvage a point to make it 1-1. Then we played Leipzig in the DFB Pokal third round, and a 4-2 win at home in this game. We did go 1-0 down to Albrecht, but then Fontes and Pierre Rutten, who was playing on the left-hand side for us, a much rotated team in this one, pretty much like it usually is in the DFB Pokal. Colombo in goal, Drago and Nar out wide in the wing-back positions, Gaipo, Gashi in the centre of defence, Macagna, Grinelli and Hamant in the midfield, with Rutten, Caicedo and Fontes out wide. Yeah, Rutten getting his first ever goal for us. It was nice to see that happen. Urian Timber then made it 2-2 before Buonanotte and Freitas in the 95th minute, making it absolutely certain. And yeah, Renzo Drago getting an assist as well, worth mentioning that. It was a good performance. I'll say we were slightly the better team. And yeah, always nice to beat Leipzig as well, isn't it? Then we played FC Köln in the league at home, a 4-0 win in this game. They didn't even get a shot on target in this game. We had 5. We had an XG of 1.94, 63% possession, 2 goals from Buonanotte, a goal disallowed from Freitas there as well, and Levi and Bode getting on the score sheet as well. A nice little assist from Espinosa and Aladdin Sahin in there as well. So yeah, nice 4-0 win against Köln, which brings us up to today, where we play Juventus and Union Berlin. If we go and have a look at the Champions League group stage, Juventus, where are you? Juventus, where are you? Surely not. Oh, blimey, they're 25th. So Juventus not doing particularly well. The solitary win they've had is against Galatasaray. They've drawn with Club Brugge and they've lost to Olympiacos, RB Leipzig and Man City. RB Leipzig and Man City, no shame in losing to those. Very surprised they lost to Olympiacos, considering we beat them 5-1. So, yeah, we'll be hoping to win that and put Juventus further in the mud. We are currently on 15 points. We should have enough to qualify if we get another win today against Juventus. If we go back looking over previous seasons, 16 last season, 16 the season before, 17 the season before that, 15 before that, 16 before that, 17 before that. So really, on average, 16 points tends to be what you need to qualify. We do have some tough games remaining because after Juventus, we then play Barcelona and Bayern Munich in the Champions League group stage. I'm undecided yet whether I'm going to bring you those games. If we win against Juventus today and basically all but seal our place in the round of 16, then I probably won't bother with them 2 games because it don't really matter. We're already through. But if we lose or draw today, then I'll probably bring you the Bayern game and maybe Bayern and Freiburg, something like that, tomorrow. But that's all for another day. If we have a look at the Bundesliga, we are top of the Bundesliga, 2 points clear of RB Leipzig, 2 points clear of Freiburg, 5 points clear of Bayer Leverkusen, and 6 points clear of Bayern Munich. If we have a look at Bayern Munich's recent results, by the way, I mean, there you go. We lost to Bayer Leverkusen, but they've lost to Eintracht Frankfurt, they've lost to Hertha Berlin, to Wolfsburg. I mean, I'm feeling... Wolfsburg, by the way, if we just have a look at the Bundesliga, they're mad because they are 14th in the league. They've only won 4 games this season. And 2 of them games have been against us and Bayern Munich. The other game has been against Bayer Leverkusen. So basically, unless you're in the top 5 of the league, Wolfsburg aren't interested in beating you. So, yeah, I thought that was pretty mad, actually. But, yeah, so we're just about top of the table. 2 defeats already this season, which doesn't really sit well. And, yeah, Dusseldorf, Darmstadt, and at the moment, Union Berlin, who we face in today's episode, are the teams looking at relegation. So let's move over to the Matchday Centre and let's get on with the first game of today's episode in the Champions League against Juventus. Okay, here we are then for the game against Juventus away from home. And we've got Juan Rios is available again, but he's on the bench. He's only just come back from injury, basically. So we've got him on the bench, sticking with areas Levi. Oberly in goal, Carnevali left back, Espinosa right back, Ziris and Kalinski in the centre of defence. Spar, who I've moved into the anchor role, Freitas and Bode in front of him, with Buonanotte and Aladdin Sahin out wide and Levi up top. And yeah, let's get into the game. Let's see if we can pick up this win against Juventus, if we can, it will be huge, because then the pressure is really off for the two tougher games against Bayern Munich and Barcelona. We don't really want to go into them two games needing to win. So if we can get the job done here, that would be huge. Right, we have a corner for Juventus, an outswinger into the box. It's hit the crossbar. Rafael Bode has it, just pumps it upfield in the general direction of Erez Levi, but the highlight ends anyway. So Juventus have started pretty decently by the looks of it. 2 shots at goal, or 3 shots at goal, 1 on target. We are slightly having the most of the possession, but the highlights are hardly thick and fast. We've yet to have a shot at goal. Right, we have a corner. Buonanotte takes it, and it's headed wide by Sparhu, I think that was. So that was their first opportunity really at goal. I mean, apparently we have had a shot on target before that, but in terms of a highlight, and that was the 19th minute of the game. So, yeah, we've been looking pretty decent in attack. We've been creating plenty of chances. But obviously, when you're up against a team like Juventus, they're slightly different quality to what we have been playing, even though they're not doing too well in the league at the moment. Oh, that's just gone wide. When I say in the league, I mean the Champions League group phase. I actually don't know how they're doing in Serie A. Maybe should check that, but we'll do that at the end of the game. And that is half time. Very minimal highlights in that half, have to say. Right, point finger as shooting needs to improve. I mean, yeah, it needs to improve. We also need to get some shots on target as well, because we only had 1 in that first half. But then again, they've only had 2. We have got the better XG as well. So obviously our 1 chance was a lot better than theirs. And we're still waiting. Fiorentina beating Olympiacos, by the way. Aston Villa drawing with Galatasaray. I'm just bringing you some roundup of news because there's absolutely nothing going on in the game. Buonanotte can come off. We bring Ricard Fontas on for him. And I think Levi's having a poor game as well, so we bring Juan Rios on for the final 25 minutes. And hopefully we can try and create something, because this has been a very highlight-free match so far. And I mean, we bring Carnevale, probably bring Rafael Bode off, and Russell Hamant can come on in his place. And yeah, maybe Carnevale can come off and Kennedy Nah can come on for him, because it's looking been a very dull game really. It's been what you'd associate with a 0-0 draw, to be quite honest. Neither team really threatening. We've had just about the most possession. Freitas with a free kick that goes over the bar. I mean, has that been the only highlight of the second half? It's the only one I can remember, to be quite honest. Right, Granelli can come on for Freitas. That'll be a final substitution. Right, we have a corner. Fontas takes it. The substitution hasn't happened yet. Oh, we've got a goal. Christian Sparhu with his 5th goal of the season puts the ball in from the corner from Ricard Fontas. The substitution will happen now. Can we hold on to this 1-0 lead? And like I say, pretty much guarantee our place in the round of 16 automatically. 6 minutes of added time will be played. We've now played them 6 minutes, and that is it. What a beautiful win. I mean, like I say, it's a bit of a boring game, but an 86-minute winner from a corner from Christian Sparhu, that is the kind of... Do you know what? That actually really pleases me, because we've got a clean sheet, late winner from a corner, when I love scoring from corners. There's the table. Bayern and Barca are the next 2 teams we play, but we are now 5 points clear of the teams that are on 13 points, and there's 2 games to play. So 6 points available. That should, if that's not enough to get us through to the round of 16 automatically, then I don't know what I'm talking about, which is highly likely. Right, let's get to Union Berlin. We've had a preview for our youth intake, by the way. It's an average intake with an A for defensive midfielders and wingers, and then a C and E for everything else. The youth intake we had last season, by the way, I didn't bother showing it to you because it was a poor youth intake, and basically the best player we had was half a star current ability with 3-star potential, and the rest of them were all either half a star current ability with 2.5 star or less potential, or they just didn't have any current potential, basically. So I just didn't see the point in showing it to you. But before I show you the preview now, if we get anyone of any note, I'll obviously show it to you later on in the season. But again, if we just get the same as what we had last season, then we won't bother. If you actually have a look at our dev centre in general, our under-19s is average, and our Borussia Dortmund 2 team is a poor squad. There's not even any first team candidates worth noting. That's how diabolical, quite honestly, our youth system is here. Yet we're meant to have state of the art, this, that, and the other. But anyway, let's get into the game against Union Berlin. I've not actually picked my team yet, but I think I'm going to leave Kalinski out for. I'll bring Sparhu in. We drop. Oh no, can't do that. Hang on, what are we doing here? Right, these two can't really play together. So I think what we're going to do is Sparhu can go back in here and we'll put Gashi in instead. There you go. That's the right way around. That's how we want it. I don't want both of them on cover, basically. And I think we're going to give one Rios a chance up front as well. And Ricard Fontes can come in for Buonanotte. So there you go. Our team, Oberle in goal, Carnevale left back, Espinoza right back, Ziris and Gashi in the centre of defence, Sparhu, Freitas and Bode in the midfield, Fontes and Aladdin Sahin out wide with Rios up top. Let's get into it. We are playing against Union Berlin, so we do expect to win this game even though we are away from home. They are in the relegation playoff place at the moment. They play a 4-2-3-1, so they're obviously trying to cheat a little bit, aren't they? But yeah, let's hope the boys can put in a good performance with the few changes that we've made and show you exactly how we have been looking in the league so far. I mean, we've been quite fortunate that overall we've been playing teams we would expect to beat like we are now with Union Berlin. And, you know, there will be tougher games to come. We've still got Leipzig to play again and Bayern still to play. But we have a corner. Freitas will put the ball in towards the near post and Sparhu heads it onto the crossbar and over the bar. It's another shot off target. 3 of them off target so far, 1 of them on. I would like them to be able to just put my nerves at rest with an early goal. That's always desirable for me. Right, we have the ball on the right-hand side. Here's Aladdin Sahin, back to Espinoza. Sahin gets it back again, gets tackled, but keeps hold of the ball. Espinoza and Bode passing it around between themselves as we continue the patient build-up play that we are known for. Spar then gives the ball away in the midfield. Carnevale intercepts it to get the ball back for us and we can restart our build-up to an attack. Here's Freitas to Fontas. He finds one Rios who's through. One Rios has scored potentially his 12th goal of the season. It is going to be reviewed by VAR because it always is. It's a goal. It's 1-0. We are 1-0 up against Union Berlin. One Rios continuing the scoring that he left off. Oh, we've got a second before I've had a chance to talk about that. Armin Ziris has got his 3rd goal of the season from a Carnevale corner. So, yeah, Rios, Ziris, good start to the game, boys. Well done. I am pleased. And Rios has intercepted that. He's left himself with a bit to do. Is that a penalty? I mean, I'll be honest. I don't really know how he was fouled there. It looked like he tripped over the ball. That's probably the match engine, if we're being completely honest. Oh, no, there you go. It's no penalty. I was going to say, to be fair, it didn't look like it was a penalty. But yeah, 2 goals in the space of 3 minutes there to put us 2-0 up and to put us in control. But they have a corner, 10 minutes to go of the first half. Oof, I thought they were going to give us a taste of our own medicine there, but they didn't. We managed to survive that one. And here we go. We've got another highlight. Seems like it's going to be our highlight. Spar, who has the ball, gives it to Carnevale. It's slightly behind him. Freitas now infield to Rios, but back to Sparhu. Oh, and Rios has hit the post. It is nice to see one Rios back on form again and scoring. Like I say, 7 goals in 4 games. And then he unfortunately got injured for a few weeks. But back now and on the score sheet in his first start back from injury. It has been a dominant performance with 64% possession, more shots on target than them. Freitas with a free kick. I think that was a save rather than hitting the woodwork. I mean, to be fair, we've hit the woodwork 3 times in this game, actually. So we had one of these games a little while back where we hit the woodwork about 4 or 5 times during the course of one game. And it was so frustrating to keep hitting the woodwork. It really was. But here's Raphael Bode now, our advanced playmaker, coming down the right-hand side. He pulls it back for one Rios. He gives it to Thiago Freitas. Carnevale. Can he get the cross into the box? He can, but it goes out for a corner rather than... They've made a substitution. we need to look at making substitutions. We're 68th minute of the game. We haven't made one yet. Poor corner, it really was. Didn't even beat the first man. Fontas has it. Right, let's make a couple of... I think Brian Espinosa can come off for Kennedy Nah. And what else are we going to do? I think Aladdin Sahin can come off for Erez Levi, and that'll be the two changes we make. They obviously haven't been made yet because there's a highlight in progress. Gashi has the ball in defence, gives it to Freitas, to Fontas, to Carnevale, back to Fontas. I do like it when we just pass the ball around like this, and it just, especially when we're not giving the ball away, because it just looks so good. Rios with a beautiful ball for Aladdin Sahin. It didn't take a shot like I thought he would. Bode does go for goal, but it goes over the bar, and we can now make our two changes. 20 minutes left of the game. We have a highlight again now. Here's Raphael Bode to Gashi. We're over on the right-hand side. Sparhu gives it to Freitas. So I thought it was Fontas for a minute. And Freitas, saved by the keeper actually, may have even grazed the post. But Freitas now with the corner. Can he beat the first man this time? Goes towards the back post. That is a penalty. Right, Sparhu is on the field. So I'm assuming it will be him that will take the penalty. This one definitely will be a penalty. And there you go, penalty awarded. And number 6, Christian Sparhu steps up. 3-0, sends the keeper the wrong way. Christian Sparhu with his 6th goal of the season. By the way, Angelo Stiller was our number 6 previously, and he was our penalty taker as well. I think we just like having number 6s take our penalties. Right, we're going to make a few substitutions now because we're 3-0 up. Raphael Bode can come off for Richie Hamant. Freitas can come off for Granelli. And I think we'll bring Carnevale off for Kalinski and just swap Kalinski and Nah over. And yeah, let's just play through the next 8 minutes or so. We've got the game won, 3-0. We stayed top of the table. And this has been a very good episode. 2 wins from 2 games. It's nice to get back to a double win episode. And there you have it. Rios, Sirius and Sparhu with the goals. A very comfortable 3-0 win. As comfortable as that it gets, really. And there's the table. We are top. Leipzig have beaten Darmstadt 2-1. I presume Bayern Munich, where are they? They haven't played yet. So we'll have a look and see if they're playing today and how they've got on. Here we go. Right, Granelli's got a problem. I'll tell him that I'll sell him and he'll say it's not a problem. There you go. Right. Oh, that does get boring. Right, Union Berlin, yeah. We've paid Roma £12 million as part of the Granelli transfer, so that will come out of our transfer budget. Talking of transfer budget, because the transfer window opens in a couple of weeks' time, we've got 75.7 million in the transfer budget. And in terms of wage budget, we've got 281,000 in there. We have a lot of players that are wanted by other clubs. We've been getting email alerts about Juan Rios and Erez Levi and all this sort of stuff. Basically, Ricard Fontas and Aladdin Sahin, if Aladdin Sahin gets an offer of 120 million from a club, then we have to sell him because we've got that agreement in place with him. Ricard Fontas is 70 million. So we could, in theory, be bringing in around £200 million in this transfer window. Other ones I'm not really as keen to sell, but I'll let you know in the next episode what's going on with the January transfer window. And I think what we'll do is we'll probably move on in the next episode. I'm keen to do Freiburg. So we might do Bayern Munich in the Champions League and Freiburg in the league. It's away from home. They are 3rd in the league at the moment. So that will be a big, big test for us. Both away games as it was today, actually 2 away games as well. So yeah, probably going to do Bayern Munich and Freiburg in tomorrow's episode. And I'll update you on how the January transfer window goes. And you'll obviously see the January transfer window close during that episode as well. So that will be tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching, folks. Please leave a like on the video. Please subscribe to the channel if you're not already. And I'll see you tomorrow for the next one. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.